President Reed, Dean Newell, Dean Tuckman, Board of Trustees, officers of the university, deans and vice presidents, guests of honor, members of the faculty, candidates for graduation and their family and friends. Welcome to the 153rd Annual Commencement of Loyola Chicago for the School of Education and School of Environmental Sustainability. As we begin, I draw your attention to the university's land acknowledgement statement on the inside front cover of your program, honoring the heritage of the grounds we walk. Now, will everyone who is able please stand as the Loyola Wind Ensemble plays the national anthem. We ask that you remain standing until after Lee Hubble gives the invocation.
And all that is good. Your limitless diversity extends to humanity, and no one is excluded. We stand before you today. We recognize you as mother, father, sister, brother, friend, truth, wisdom, and spirit. We pause to call to mind all those that have helped us be here today. We recall these names in a spirit of gratitude. We ask that all that we have learned, all that we have experienced, and all that we have become be used to help us be prophets to each other, bringing a message of hope and love, to help us tear up and knock down old ways of thinking and prejudice, to help us dismantle systems that create division, injustice, and inequity, to build and plant seeds of hope, joy, love, peace, and justice, to be courageous and bold in our desire to bridge all that divides us, to bring hope in places where there is despair, to be light in the spaces that are dark, to seek liberation from oppression, and to walk into spaces that call for a voice of justice and action. As we go from this place, let us be audacious in our actions to create the beloved community where resources are shared, all are treated with respect and dignity, and there is no war or division. Today, bestow on us hope. Help us to act boldly, to love courageously, and to have the audacity to believe that we can make a difference. With grateful hearts, we pray and say, Amen.
Thank you, Lee. Will everyone please be seated? It is now my pleasure to present Dr. Marketa Newell, Interim Dean for the School of Education.
To celebrate not only the achievements of our graduates, but to also applaud them for their choices they have made to be here today. There are many options open to students who are as gifted and determined as our graduates. And those of here today, as well as generations of students in the future, are and will be served by your choice to use your energy, your passion, your intellect, and your skills in the service of the youth of this country. And for all the graduates here today, both from the School of Education and the School of Environmental Sustainability, your choices are not just statements of dedication and demonstrations of intellect, but also acts of great courage. You are placing yourselves at the epicenter of so many of the issues that our nation and our world need your generation to act upon. Our graduates have not chosen an easy path. The obstacles are real, the frustrations will come from many directions, but I assure all of you that the rewards will be greater. We have asked much of our graduates these last few years, but I have to ask one more thing. You have worked hard and well to be here today, but it is very likely you have not made this journey alone. You have been supported by parents, partners, friends, mentors. So my last official dean's request of you is that sometime today you speak with those who have been instrumental in your success that we celebrate today. Thank them. Tell them how much they have impacted your life. Share with them your joys and privileges. Congratulations, graduates. I would now like to present Dr. Nancy Tuckman, Founding Dean of the School of Environmental Sustainability.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Dean Newell. Today we celebrate the graduating classes of the School of Education and the School of Environmental Sustainability. There are 159 SES graduates this year, students who are agents of change for a cleaner, healthier, more just and sustainable world. They understand the obligatory interdependence of human well-being and a healthy natural world. They have developed knowledge in science, policy, ethics, and economics of nature. And they have demonstrated their entrepreneurial talents in developing solutions to environmental problems. They have developed civic engagement and Ignatian leadership skills as critical tools for effecting change. And what's most inspiring is their dogged commitment to putting their knowledge and skills to work to help build a more just, sustainable, and hope-filled future. To the School of Environmental Sustainability's graduates, and to all Loyola graduates in this auditorium, I wish you the wisdom to recognize and value above all what is true, just, and good. The courage to remain true to your values in the face of challenge and adversity. And to the love of life that continues to inspire you to work in the service of God, creation, and humanity. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the School of Environmental Sustainability, I congratulate you on your graduation from Loyola and wish you the best of luck in your very promising futures. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Newell and Dean Tuckman. With pleasure, I now present Michelle Helmer, candidate for the degree Bachelor of Science in Education, summa cum laude, who will offer some remarks on behalf of the students of the School of Education.
Thank you, Provost Callahan. As Provost Callahan just said, my name is Michelle Helmer, and I'm graduating today with a major in elementary education. While I have lots of professors, peers, friends, and family here who know me as Michelle, there's a whole new world of young people who know me as Miss Helmer, and they're the reason why I'm here today. My journey to becoming Miss Helmer started very young. I used to pretend to be Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus or Miss Honey from Matilda on the school playground. And now, officially, through my education at Loyola and my student teaching experience, I have truly transformed into the Miss Helmer that I have wanted to be my entire life. I know, I know that my peers have gone through similar transformations, and I feel so honored to stand before you all in anticipation of one of the most exciting moments of our lives, the official status change from just future teachers to now teachers. The Loyola School of Ed is a very special community. In fact, I felt a sense of belonging during my very first college course. I befriended the only other freshman who happened to also be an elementary ed major. That morning, we swapped phone numbers, and later that day, we shared an umbrella running through the rain. And that is what my experience has been like ever since. It's being part of a community that would always hold up an umbrella for you. My peers have since become my study buddies, my go-to FaceTime calls, and been my study buddies, my go-to FaceTime calls. And when the world shut down in March of 2020, we huddled and hugged each other in the Swift Elementary School auditorium. These people are more than my classmates. They are my support system and my best friends. Now, upon our graduation, we are called to serve new communities. These are the communities within our schools and our classrooms. I have no doubt in my mind that everyone here will continue to serve their communities through high levels of care, hard work, and empathy. Yet again, we will hold up umbrellas for our students, no matter how hard it rains and pours and rains and pours. But can we also remember to bring the fun and the joy? Because who says that we can't sing and dance in the rain with our students as well? Now, let us, future teachers, officially become teachers, although our identities as educators are rooted deeply within our pasts. I tell my students to show me a heart with their hands when they are ready to learn. They must be present, prepared, and focused. My friends, we have spent the last couple years preparing to be educators. So without further ado, class of 2023, show me a heart with your hands if you're ready to officially take on the role as a full-time teacher. I see you in the back, all my friends back there. Thank you so much. I need to see some more hearts from this side. We should all be showing hearts right now. I can't wait to see all the love and passion that each and every one of you brings to the classroom. Congratulations, class of 2023. We did it.
Thank you, Michelle. I would now like to introduce Cosette Ellis, candidate for the degree Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude, and the President's Medallion recipient from the School of Environmental Sustainability, who will offer some remarks on behalf of the graduates of the School of Environmental Sustainability.
Thank you, Provost Callahan. When I moved to Chicago in 2019, I had no idea what a blur was, what a wind chill really felt like, that hand soap could be such a divisive issue, or that Loyola would feel like home. I didn't know that the college experience I expected was not quite the one that I would get. In March of 2020, we were told we were being sent home to quarantine and we would continue classes virtually. That spring and the entire next year, we learned to wear masks, to share screens on Zoom, to stand 6 feet apart, to disinfect our groceries, make friends in virtual environments, and maybe the hardest challenge of them all, to live with our parents again. We learned how to radically change everything about our daily life at Loyola in less than a week. Change is hard. It is scary and foreign and difficult to navigate. It takes courage to be a part of change. While we may be exhausted by it, we live in a world that is in desperate need of radical transformation. We need change so that teachers and students are safe in their classrooms. We need to transition the grid to renewable energy so we are not dependent on fossil fuels. We need to advocate for and uplift the voices of BIPOC and low-income communities who bear the burden of environmental injustice. We need to improve access to reproductive health care. We need to restore ecosystems to support natural functions and improve biodiversity. We need to end discrimination based on gender, sex, and sexual orientation. We need to call upon lawmakers to change policies to accurately reflect the urgency of the climate crisis. We need cultural changes in how we consume resources and produce waste. We need to teach inclusive history, encourage girls in STEM, and empathize with people struggling with their mental health. We need to reconsider the way our food system functions and make it kinder to people, animals, and planet. Each of us has our own list of things we want to change. Now we have the incredible opportunity to find what we are passionate about, what makes us happy and inspires us, and go get to work. I am proud to be a part of this class of SES graduates. I am proud to work alongside you all to change the world. The chapter of our lives spent at Loyola has brought us best friends, trusted mentors, and favorite memories. We spent our time in Chicago exploring neighborhoods, joining clubs on campus, finding favorite restaurants, studying abroad, braving the weight room at Hallis, celebrating internships, walking by the lake, studying in the IC, and pretending to study in Damon. I'm excited to see how we will spend our time going forward, where we will live, who we will love, what we will create, who we will meet, where we will travel, and what we will learn. This is a beautiful life. We should enjoy it. As we now leave Loyola and say farewell to our professors, favorite study spots, and our student discounts, embrace change and go set the world on fire. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you, Cassette. It is now my pleasure to welcome back Dean Newell, who will introduce our commencement speaker, Monica Ramirez.
Today, we have the incredible honor of hearing from and learning from an outstanding alumna who embodies what it means to be Loyola in the world, our keynote speaker, Monica Ramirez. Since graduating from Loyola in 1999, Monica has gone on to earn her law degree from Ohio State and a master's degree in public administration at Harvard University's John F. Kennedy School of Government. She is an attorney, author, and activist fighting for the rights of farm workers, migrant women workers, and the Latinx community. Her advocacy led her to found or co-found several organizations, such as Justice for Migrant Women, the Latinx House, and Poderistas. Through this work, Monica is not only making a difference for migrant workers and Latinx women, she is also showing us how to be a person for others. Inspired by her family's rich history, Monica has embodied the power of making the personal political. The daughter and granddaughter of migrant farm workers, she has dedicated her life to education and advocacy. Monica has been incredibly impactful in her endeavors, and her efforts have not gone unnoticed. She has earned several awards, including Harvard Kennedy School's first Gender Equity Changemaker Award, the Feminist Majority's Global Women's Rights Award, the Smithsonian's Ingenuity Award, and the Hispanic Heritage Award. The depth and breadth of work that she has achieved thus far is built on a foundation that is steeped in social justice. She is recognized as a thought leader and prominent voice in the Latinx community for her long history as an organizer and her innovative approach to advocacy. It is with tremendous joy and much gratitude that we welcome her to the podium today. Please join me in welcoming Monica Ramirez.
Thank you, Dean Newell, President Reed, Provost Callahan, and Dean Tuckman. It is a true honor to be back home. My dearest Loyola University siblings, it is my tremendous joy to be able to spend this momentous day with you. I want to thank the Commencement Committee for inviting me back. This being here in what I consider my home is so special and will be memorable for me, as I'm sure that this day is memorable for each of you. I remember my graduation with such fondness. I remember that at one point during the ceremony, as has happened today, we were encouraged to go out and set the world on fire in the tradition of Ignatius Loyola. Years later, when I became the first Latine student body president of my law school, I closed my graduation remarks with that same quote, "Go out and set the world on fire." All these years later, I have to say that I never actually took those words to heart. I didn't think that we were being asked to set the world on fire. But we know all too well that the world is on fire all around us. Whether it is because of political divides that keep us from reaching common sense solutions to address the urgent problems that face our world, or the vast disparities that hold people and communities back. There are tremendous obstacles that prevent us from achieving equity and from reaching our fullest potential. This is the world that you have boldly chosen to step into to address some of the most important and pressing issues. Thank you. Thank you on behalf of my young son, who I know is better off because you have made it your mission to make our world better by making education accessible, laws fairer, and our planet more sustainable. I imagine that right now, while you are elated to be graduating and starting this next phase of your lives, you may also be feeling a bit anxious, apprehensive, and perhaps even a little overwhelmed. If we said that we don't know how you feel, or how it feels to be in your shoes as you're looking out on the big wide world with equal parts excitement, curiosity, and apprehension, we'd be lying. The truth is that each ending and every beginning brings a bit of fear. When you're about to set out on a new path to save the world, like you are, well, that's a big job. And let me tell you, I believe that you will change the world. And in fact, I believe that you already have made the world better, because despite the fact that there is chaos and crisis all around us, you have chosen the path of possibility. You have chosen to see past the problems to solutions. You have refused to sit by idly as someone else saves us. You see, the truth is that no one else, there's no superhero that's going to save us. We have to save ourselves and each other. I learned this lesson when I was a young girl. As was mentioned, I am the proud daughter and granddaughter of migrant farm workers. My parents are among my greatest teachers. They raised me and my siblings to be proud of our roots, and they showed us the value of our history. They made us understand that even in this hard world, we have the capacity to make great change. They also instilled in us that it is our responsibility to do something with the many privileges that we had at our disposal. My parents sacrificed so that their children would not suffer. But this did not mean that we got a free pass. The expectation was that we would pay it forward. This being true, they also taught me that the American myth that people pull themselves up all by themselves is actually the furthest from the truth. Because I don't know anyone who has started a movement or an organization or a business or who has led a country or a school who has done that by themselves. In fact, to do all of those things, it takes many, many people. It requires people who believe in you, people who invest in you, people who follow you in real life and on social media. It takes people who support and amplify you, your mission, your movement, your work, and your vision, not to mention the people who teach you how to use TikTok. It takes a multitude of individuals to make the kind of impact that all of us in this room are trying to make in order to make communities, schools, workplaces, and our entire world better. For my family, 2 farmers and a priest made all of the difference and changed the course of our future. I know, that sounds like the beginning of a good joke. But it was actually the beginning of a brighter future. You see, my father's family and my mother's family had both worked in agriculture, crisscrossing our nation to pick, pack, and plant fruits, vegetables, and other crops. They also worked in domestic work and in other odd jobs to make a living. My father started working picking cotton at the age of 8. He worked alongside my grandparents, and because of that, he never went to school. There was no school for him at that time in the segregated South. My grandparents also needed him at 8 years old to work alongside them to make ends meet. And during that time, my dad discovered church, and he started to attend Mass every Sunday. He would take my aunts and uncles, his younger siblings, with him to church. And week after week, he would show up for Mass. He couldn't read the hymns, but he would go every Sunday. And the priest took notice of him. And the priest decided that he wanted to help my father go to school. My father also won the favor of Gaydon Smith, the farmer who he worked for. Gaydon eventually taught my father his ABCs and how to read. And together with the priest, Gaydon helped my father enroll in school for the first time at the age of 14 as a freshman in high school. My father failed the first year, but he was encouraged and supported by the priest and Gaydon to keep trying. He was hungry to learn, and he kept at it. Not only did he want an education for himself, but he also wanted an education for his younger siblings, who he later helped get into school. My father eventually graduated from high school. Consequently, he was able to break the migrant stream and end the migrant cycle for his family when he secured a full-time job working at a factory after he earned his high school diploma. Similarly, my maternal great-grandfather, who raised my mother, earned the trust and respect of a farmer in Ohio, who gave their family the opportunity to work on his farm year-round. Eventually, with this farmer's help, my great-grandfather was able to settle out of the migrant stream, and my mother and her siblings were able to go to school and eventually graduate from high school. Growing up, my mom was the family banker for my great-grandparents who were monolingual Spanish speakers. She later became a banker who was employed by the same bank for 51 years. My parents' lives, and subsequently my life and the trajectory of my future, were changed forever because people cared enough to support them, to to encourage them, to educate them, and most importantly, to give them and their family a shot. And much like my parents, I'm sure that someone has encouraged and cared for you. And because of that love and care, you have chosen to put yourselves on the front lines of some of the most difficult work in the world. For the educators, school administrators, counselors, psychologists, and education policy leaders in the room, you will lead by building schools that are welcoming, enriching, and supportive, while you also strive to keep children safe, emotionally and physically, where violence is rampant and instability has become the norm. You will do all of this hard work of educating millions of kids to grow up to be self-sufficient, whole people who are equipped to pick up the pieces of the world that they are left with. For the environmental leaders among us, you are literally, at this very moment, figuring out how to save the world, how to protect the planet, and how to make us better stewards, as well as better neighbors to people, plants, and animals all around us. You are racing against the clock to find solutions, while at the same time trying to turn back the hands of time on some of the hazards that have been created. You are urgently searching for new remedies to heal the world so that there will be something for our children to inherit. The tasks that you have set out to undertake are bigger than any one of you, and they are more immense than all of us taken together. Do not let the weight of your lofty dreams and aspirations paralyze you. Understand that you do not hold these responsibilities alone. There are millions of people across the globe who are on this journey with you, and we understand the assignment. We understand that it will take all of us to do what is required to save each other and ourselves, no matter what it takes, no matter how long or how hard this journey will be. It will also take courage, conviction, and an unapologetic belief that change is possible. Trust me, as someone who picked up the torch that my family passed on to me, in the fight to win rights and protections for millions of migrant women, working people, and immigrants across this nation, Loyola University Chicago has prepared you well to do the work that is in front of you. As the great labor leader Cesar Chavez said, you cannot uneducate the person who has learned to read. You cannot oppress the people who are not afraid anymore. You cannot humiliate the person who has learned to read. Be not afraid, my friends. Let your hearts be your compass as you navigate the sometimes rocky and difficult terrain ahead of you in pursuit of the possibility for change for the better, for us, for our children, and for the children who we will never know. Now go forth, set this world on fire in the tradition of the great Ignatius Loyola.
Thank you, Monica, for your inspiring words. The candidates for the Doctor of Education degree from the School of Education will now be presented. Dean Marquetta Newell will make the recommendations to the President, who in turn will confer the degrees. I would like to invite President Reed and Dean Newell to the center podium.
Will the candidates for the Doctor of Education degree from the School of Education, please rise. President Reed, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Doctor of Education. The candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for their degrees, and I recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
Candidates, upon the recommendation of the Dean of the School of Education and its faculty, and by the authority granted to Loyola University Chicago by the state of Illinois and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees of this university, I confer upon you the Doctor of Education degrees for which you have been recommended. Congratulations.
The candidates for the degree Doctor of Education will now come forward to be recognized by name as directed by the marshals. The relationship between the doctoral student and faculty advisor is of central importance to the student's progress and development as an independent scholar. In recognition of this unique relationship, the directors will hood the graduates. Nancy Goldberger, Assistant Dean of the School of Education, will read the names of the candidates. Candidates who have not yet been taken out of your rows may be seated again. Guests, please remain in your seats and hold your applause until all degrees have been recognized so that each candidate may be heard by their family and loved ones. I'm going to emphasize that. Please hold your applause so every family can hear the name of their graduates. Guests are not permitted on the arena floor or near the stage. Professional photographers are taking photos of the candidates, and these photos will be available to you in the coming days. Thank you for your cooperation.
Receiving the degree Doctor of Education, Tina M. Brazen. Sappho Reisner Luder. Patrick Allen Swanson. Nicholas Michael Kutro. Caitlin Donlin Reichert. Ravel Nicole Rucker Pollock. Chantel Smith. Jessica Marie Johnson. Ramiro Juarez. Jennifer Lynn Medeiros Crade. Maria Vlantis. Alyssa West Frazier. Tara Medea Ben. Trisha Diane Bailey. Brittany Durham. Juliana Padilla Perez. Wenjin Guo. Ali Kushki. Gerald B. Michael. Vanessa Leween Owens. Leilani Castaneda. Stephanie Dinardi. Nakima Quintana Hudson. Ryan Keith Rodriguez. Marianne Wall Philhauer. Stephanie Jane Needler. Portia Randall. Michelle Lynn Alday Engelman. Let us now congratulate the graduates.
The candidates for the Education Specialist degree will now be presented. Dean Newell will make the recommendations to the President, who in turn will confer the degrees.
Candidates for the Education Specialist degree, please rise. President Reed, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the Education Specialist degree. The candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for their degrees, and I recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
Candidates, upon the recommendation of the Dean of the School of Education and its faculty, and by the authority granted to Loyola University Chicago by the state of Illinois, and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees of this university, I confer upon you the Education Specialist degree for which you have been recommended. As a sign of your new academic status, please don your hoods. That means put them on. And congratulations.
The candidates for the Education Specialist degree will now come forward as directed by the marshals to be recognized by name. Candidates, if you have not yet been taken out of your row, you may be seated again. As a reminder, guests, please remain in your seats.
Receiving the degree Education Specialist, Bridget Broadlow. Jacqueline Campagna. Riley Cholowinski. Aubrey Griffith. Samantha Neary. Megan Riordan. Shamaran Sheba. Fiore Berry. Kristen Bielek. Janet Carmona. Kathleen Sizwinski. Alana Baird Dion. Monica Escalera. Kristen Faith Fiedler. Rosemary Carmel Fortune. Brianna Natalia Galvin. Caitlin Jessie Henderson. Jessica Linnea Herrera. Megan Adair Conan. Christina Marie Lees. Caroline Pizzo. Allison Rain Quaddy. Melina Gabriela Rejovic. Delaney Byrne Rogner. Ashley Taylor Saperstein. Emily Elizabeth Tagney. Emily Rose Tico. Na Trong. Helen McNeely Turner. Wendy Weaver Walker. Let us now congratulate the graduates.
The candidates for the Master of Education degree will now be presented. Dean Newell will make the recommendation to the president, who in turn will confer the degrees.
Will the candidates for the master's degree from the School of Education please rise? President Reed, on behalf of the faculty of School of Education, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the Master of Education degree. The candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for their degrees, and I recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
Candidates, upon the recommendation of the Dean of the School of Education and its faculty, and by the authority granted to Loyola University Chicago by the state of Illinois and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees of this university, I confer upon you the Master of Education degree for which you have been recommended, and as a sign of your new academic status, please don your hoods and congratulations.
The candidates for the Master of Education degree will now come forward to be recognized by name as directed by the marshals.
Sonia O'Phelan. Ann Albert. Samuel David Boyd. Stephanie Amber Cohn. Diana Evelyn Kopicki. David Antonio Liscano. Erasto Martinez Nieto. Julia Marie McCauley. Sierra Asfar. Chana Marcia Matthews. Megan Brooke Smith. Elena Clarice Boyce. Lynn Katanis. Paul Gobera. David Brown. Diane Andrea Dimoff. Sabrina Marie Duckworth Bouquet. Kimberly Ann Farrell. Evan James Hoffman. Cherie Lynn Isa. Griselda Jimenez. Madison Marie Krug. Jordan Kunkel. Amber Levi. David Omar Lunar. Jing Ma. Araceli Medrano. Alexandra Jean Peluche. Isabella Reynolds. Madeline Rose Shea. Kara Shear. Vidya Somasundaram. Swetha Shriram. Chartamia Janae Turner. Jasmine Danielle Wilson. Grace Bettinger. Rita L. Kale. Aldair Castellano Trujillo. Madison Marie Monk. Bridget O'Brien. Anne Fan. Zaina Ramoni. Daneria Rosales. Rachel Ann Shoneman. Aliki Marie Sayo. Jonathan Douglas Diamond Stander. Lizeth Torres. Emily Jane Anderson. Laurel Ashton Brooks. Audrey Meyersick. Alana Allison Paul. Michelle Peters. Alyssa Nicole Stein. Brandon Alexander Thomas. Serena Lorraine Volkman. Bradley Walker. Keandra Vashon Wright. Aisha Bangi. Cindy Edith Cardona Osario. Kevin Ho. Armin Aslam Sayani. Vanessa Helena Wierzmiski. Christina Y. Hahn. Kristen Lee Harwis. Doris Ashkaria. Robert Patrick Duty. Denise Rodriguez. Isabella Grace Shops. Mia Swanstrom. Jasmine Elisa Zamorano. Josie Gage Zuninga. William Scott Campbell. Olivia Doe. Vivian K. Falls. Nicholas George Gruzniak. Montserrat Lozano. Anna Louise Martinello. Brittany Ann Miller. Samantha Alexandria Miller. Franklin Potiker. Carlos Joshua Reyes. Chelsea Griselle Schwartzman. Fiona Rain Sullivan. Let us now congratulate the graduates.
The candidates for baccalaureate degrees will now be presented. Dean Newell will make the recommendations to the president, who in turn will confer the degrees.
Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree for the School of Education please rise? President Reed, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Education, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees, including the Bachelor of Science in Education. The candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for their degrees, and I recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
Candidates, upon the recommendation of the Dean of the School of Education and its faculty, and by the authority granted to Loyola University Chicago by the state of Illinois and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees of this university, I confer upon you the baccalaureate degrees for which you have been recommended. And as a sign of your new academic status, please move your tassels from the right side to your left side. Congratulations.
The candidates for the baccalaureate degree will now come forward to be recognized by name as directed by the marshals. Dr. Vesna Sujovic will read the names of the candidates. Candidates who have not been taken out of the rows by the marshals may be seated again. And another friendly reminder to hold your applause so that all families can hear the names of their graduates being read.
Good morning. Periodically, Loyola has student athletes whose responsibilities do not allow them to participate in the commencement ceremonies of their own schools. This year, we are happy to host one student athlete and degree candidate so that they may be recognized by their families and friends for their accomplishments. Receiving his bachelor's degree, Timothy Harris. Let us congratulate Timothy Harris, our student athlete graduate. Now receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Education, Carrie Ann Adcock, magna cum laude. Allison Helen Arnold. Jessica Christine Banks. Nadia Annette Bello, cum laude. Hazel A. Bernal. David Edward Binkley, magna cum laude. Michelle Helmer, summa cum laude. Catherine A. Bogert, cum laude. Teresa Claire Boyd. Elizabeth C. Brunet, summa cum laude. Kelly Ann Burke, summa cum laude. Deanna Sipek, cum laude. Stephanie Ann Cohen, magna cum laude. Cade Mitchell Danziger, cum laude. Hannah R. Denier, summa cum laude. Michelle Diaz. Aiden Jeffrey Doyle, honors, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Eaton. Meredith Mosel Farrar, cum laude. Kristen Phasing, summa cum laude. Ashley Eleanor Fendyke. Jessica Marie Fernandez, magna cum laude. Jared Thomas Glasner, magna cum laude. Maura Hart, magna cum laude. Sophie Christine Howarth. Rosanna Gerasis, magna cum laude. Alexandra Kasamis, magna cum laude. Isabel Kilinski. Mylin Lum. Alexandria Catherine Lavezzi, magna cum laude. Claire Elizabeth McCabe, summa cum laude. Anna Rose Monarski, summa cum laude. Carolyn Moon, magna cum laude. Alexandra Michelle Moshi, cum laude. Trish Luan Chow Win, cum laude. Kirby Lee Erickson O'Donnell, magna cum laude. Kelly Marie Peterson, honors, magna cum laude. Bronte Phipps, honors, cum laude. Monica M. Pitlock, summa cum laude. Jasmine I. Pumanis, cum laude. Kavya Kalyani Radhakrishnan, magna cum laude. Charlotte Grace Reed, magna cum laude. Renee Renaud, magna cum laude. Ana Karina Rivera, magna cum laude. Taylor Mackenzie Roman, cum laude. Sadie Roche, cum laude. Gracie A. Scannell. Abigail Smith, cum laude. Victoria Smith, magna cum laude. Madison Quitlong Stashuk, summa cum laude. Natalia Zulma Tafe. Anna Elaine Taylor, magna cum laude. Angelina Alessia Mariela Tovar, cum laude. Angela L. Vainicos, magna cum laude. Natalie Catherine Vanderloo. Savannah R. Walker, magna cum laude. Amanda Christine Watson, cum laude. Olivia J. Whalen, magna cum laude. Aaron N. Wright, summa cum laude. Rachel G.K. Yu, cum laude. Shane Youngblood, honors, magna cum laude. Let us now congratulate our graduates of 2023.
And now we will turn our attention to the School of Environmental Sustainability. The candidates for the Master of Science, Environmental Science and Sustainability, and the post-baccalaureate certificates will now be presented. Dean Nancy Tuckman will make the recommendations to the President, who in turn will confer the degrees. I would like to invite President Reed and Dean Tuckman to the center podium.
Will the candidates for the master's degree of the post-baccalaureate certificates from the School of Environmental Sustainability please rise? This is just their certificate. President Reed, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Environmental Sustainability, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the Master of Science. Okay, sorry, I was wrong. It's Science, Master of Science and candidates for the certificates. I also have the pleasure of presenting the candidates for the post-baccalaureate certificates from the School of Environmental Sustainability, all the graduate people. The candidates have fulfilled all requirements for their degree, and I recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
Candidates, upon the recommendation of the Dean of the School of Environmental Sustainability and its faculty, and by the authority granted to Loyola University Chicago by the state of Illinois and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees of this university, I confer upon you the master's degree or post-baccalaureate certificate for which you have been recommended. And master's degree candidates, as a sign for your new academic status, please don your hoods and congratulations.
The candidates for the Master of Science degree, followed by the candidates for the post-baccalaureate certificate, will now come forward to be recognized by name as directed by the marshals. Linda Curtis, Associate Dean of Graduate Studies in the School of Environmental Sustainability, will read the names of the candidates. Candidates who have not yet been taken out of your rows may be seated.
Receiving the degree of Master of Science in Environmental Science and Sustainability, Margaret Celine Allen. Carolyn Vidot. Magdalena Zian Boland. Brady C. Briska. Emily Nicole Conde. Callan Denakis. Peter J. Decker. Luis Delgado del Valle. Sejal Prabkirit Dinsa. Emma Sophia Donnelly. Carly May Fournier. Wendelin Gomez. Robin Grooms. Seaman Howe. Brandon A. Horn. Isabel Felipe Mendez. Dorothy Nesbitt. Josephine Marie Neville. Maria Cantalina Pamanis Cantu. Victoria Ann Raymond. Colin Martin Price. Rosalba Andorini Rodriguez Pinedo. Juliana Catherine Savinsky. Natalia Sklaruk. Devin Winnie. Receiving the post-baccalaureate certificate for the School of Environmental Sustainability and Geographic Information Systems, Hannah Ray Crawley. Macy Nicole Levine. Maya J. Issa. And receiving the, Maha J. Issa was the Sustainability Assessment and Planning Certificate, and receiving the Bachelor, or the Master of Science, Environmental Science and Sustainability, Dylan Joseph Flanagan. Now let us congratulate the graduates.
The candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the School of Environmental Sustainability will now be presented. Dean Tuckman will make the recommendation to the president, who in turn will confer the degrees.
Will the candidates for the baccalaureate's degree from the School of Environmental Sustainability please rise? President Reed, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts from the School of Environmental Sustainability. The candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for their degrees, and I recommend that these degrees be conferred upon them.
You can probably say this with me by now, but candidates, upon the recommendation of the Dean of the School of Environmental Sustainability and its faculty, and by the authority granted to Loyola University Chicago by the state of Illinois and delegated to me by the Board of Trustees of this university, I confer upon you the baccalaureate degrees for which you have been recommended, and as a sign of your new academic status, please move your tassels from the right side to the left side. Congratulations.
The candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the School of Environmental Sustainability will now come forward by degree group to be recognized by name as directed by the marshals. Ms. Rachel Lehman, Assistant Dean of Undergraduate Studies in the School of Environmental Sustainability, will read the names of the graduates. Graduates who have not been taken out of their rows may be seated again.
Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, Caitlin Helene Aquila, Honors, magna cum laude. Maria Julia Banas, cum laude. Rianne Katrine Baniquid. Aurora Nicole Beloso Simon. Luke Foster Bohm, magna cum laude. Kathleen C. Breitenstein. Audrey Catherine Carberry. Elizabeth M. Carroll, magna cum laude. Elizabeth G. Erickson. Vanessa Goulart Estevam. John C. Gorman, summa cum laude. Hannah Mackenzie Hutchinson. Rebecca R. Koshi, honors, magna cum laude. Stephanie C. Crook, honors, summa cum laude. Mark Duncan Leon. Ty List, cum laude. Michael Luzak, cum laude. Selena Nie Lynch, summa cum laude. Hannah E. Mayer. Lucas P. Ochoa. Mary Rose O'Donnell. Tava Elizabeth Osterbund, magna cum laude. Skylin Bree Roxo, magna cum laude. Luke J. Schmidt. Marilla Smith, honors, summa cum laude. Hannah F. Sween, honors, magna cum laude. Grace M. Witten. Amanda Marie Wizakowski. Let us celebrate the graduates. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, Conservation and Restoration, Abigail Eveline Brown. Jacob T. Chirulo, honors. Cecilia Margaret Dolas, magna cum laude. Audrey Jean Eros. Anna Janowski, magna cum laude. Victoria Ann Karavitis, honors, magna cum laude. Gwyneth Z. Katsabubas. Dakota Lane. Isabella M. Paglici. Christina Irene Sakos, honors, magna cum laude. Sydney Parker Ware. Parker Lloyd Zarek. Let us congratulate the graduates. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Environmental Health and Public Health, Hadis Chanabalat. Sarah M. Craig. Grace Seaman. Let us congratulate the graduates. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Science in Food Systems and Sustainable Agriculture, Ryan Carr, magna cum laude. Danielle Nancy Fulkerson, magna cum laude. Erica Gonzalez Guzman, summa cum laude. Rachel Ann Joyce, magna cum laude. Olivia Rose Rodriguez. Let us congratulate the graduates. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Policy, Kaylee Eileen Alexic, cum laude. Mackenzie Elise Baker. Connor Matthew Bishop, magna cum laude. Catherine Lacey Casper. Janelle Mina Conlon. Vivian Louise Cossey, cum laude. Sahiba Kucha, summa cum laude. Sean M. Canane, honors, cum laude. Catherine Colleen Finnegan, magna cum laude. Myra C. Igwe. Joseph Larson. Kian Loth. Kira Lipson, cum laude. Jacob Sebastian McCarthy. Arthur John Mees. Rowan Bethany Obach, summa cum laude. Katie Ann Ostrowski. Grace A. Ramirez, summa cum laude. Grace M. Riley, honors, magna cum laude. Jack Harrison Scott, magna cum laude. Benjamin Patrick Soden, cum laude. Timothy Ventrella, magna cum laude. Molly E. Vincent. Peyton J. Winterhoff, magna cum laude. Let us congratulate the graduates. Receiving the degree Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Studies, Sophia Lucille Alvarado, magna cum laude. Julia Sachko Boyle. Quinlan Christine Carell. Charlotte Ann Dwyer, magna cum laude. Farron Jace Edmonds, honors, magna cum laude. Environmental Policy, Gabrielle Ray Hendy. Cosette Jade Ellis, magna cum laude. Receiving the degree in Environmental Studies and Environmental Science, Ty D. Ferguson, cum laude. Nicole Paige Ficklin, honors. Elizabeth Grace Hallisey. Teresa E. Kraft, honors, cum laude. Abigail Ann Quitt. Julia LaVale, cum laude. Natalie Devon Lawrence. Alana M. Liriano. Haley Deanne Miller. Hannah Marie Pulowski, cum laude. Benji Kyle Pesto, honors, summa cum laude. Alana Lee Prinz, cum laude. Alex Quebman, summa cum laude. Hunter Nicholas Robbins. Cameron Lee Sedgy. Juliet Silvestri. Christos Nikolaos Trefinopoulos. And Conservation and Restoration, Sydney Durkin, magna cum laude. Let us now congratulate all of our graduates.
Congratulations to the class of 2023 graduates from the School of Education and the School of Environmental Sustainability. Congratulations. We will now watch a message from the Loyola University Chicago Alumni Association.
Hi, my name is Lucas Williamson from the class of 2022, and I'm currently a professional basketball player. Congratulations on one of the greatest accomplishments in your life, your graduation. You are now officially a Loyola alumnus, and you join fellow alumni living throughout the world. So, how do we stay connected to our classmates, our peers, and our university? One of the best ways is to volunteer. After graduation, you are automatically a part of the Loyola University Chicago Alumni Association. So get involved with your regional Rambler community.
Thanks, Lucas, and congratulations to all of our graduates. My name is Nancy Andrade, and I am currently Commissioner for the Chicago Commission on Human Relations. Loyola has been your academic home for several years, and as you graduate, please know that this is not a goodbye. It is just your next step in our relationship. We can stay connected through Loyola's mentorship program, Loyola Linked. With Loyola Linked, you can mentor current students and receive mentorship from other Loyola alumni. It is a great way to share your expertise and become a mentor or even find your next job.
Thank you, Nancy, and congrats, everyone. My name is Hans Nelson, and I am the president and co-founder of Inspire 11 here in Chicago. A great way to stay in touch is to keep in contact with professors and staff or attend one of the many alumni events throughout the year. Even if you do not live in Chicago, after you graduate, there are regional Rambler communities that you can be a part of.
Thank you, Hans, and congrats, everyone. My name is Candace Moore, and I'm the City of Chicago's first Chief Equity Officer at Chicago's Office of Equity and Racial Justice. As you have heard, there are so many great ways to stay connected to our classmates, our peers, and our university. And it is so important to remain part of our community, so let's stay in touch. Let's volunteer, let's give back, let's mentor, and let's keep learning from each other. Thank you, and congratulations again on your graduation from Loyola University Chicago.
It is now my privilege to invite President Mark C. Reed back to the podium to provide final remarks.
Good morning, class of 2023. Family and friends, you've been good. You've been asked to be quiet. It's not time to be quiet anymore. Be as loud as you want right now, family. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and the entire Loyola University Chicago community, I offer you my heartfelt and deepest congratulations on this special day. Now, graduates, I would like you to please stand. Graduates, let's take a moment to acknowledge and to thank the people whose dreams of this day may stretch all the way back to when you were born. Parents, family, friends who provided advice, support, and companionship on this journey. So you know where they are. Turn and face your loved ones, and you give them a round of applause and thanks. Now, graduates, years from now, few of you will remember, I am keenly aware of this, few of you will remember who the president of this university was, who spoke at your graduation ceremony. But you will vividly remember the remarkable faculty and staff that you encountered here. You will benefit from their insight and care for the rest of your lives. And so now, please, with our representative faculty here today, acknowledge and thank them. Thank you, faculty. Now, graduates, you have already heard wonderful reflections and remarks from our student and commencement speakers, so you can take comfort that I know when to be brief. So I say simply that you have been privileged to be part of the Jesuit educational experience that is nearly 500 years old and more than 150 years old here at Loyola. And so we seek to educate the next generations of leaders, you, who will be capable of shaping the future with vision, justice, and charity, with a sense of calling, with concern for all of the human family. And you have received much during your time at Loyola, but remember that your education ultimately isn't just for you. It's for you to serve and to make a difference in the lives of others. So go forth and embrace your futures boldly and confidently, and always remember that you are loved. We love you. Your parents, family, and friends love you. God loves you. Graduates, it's now your turn to be seated. Everyone else, please stand with me. Graduates, stay seated. If you are able to stand. And I ask and invite you to join me in extending your hand over our graduates for a final blessing. And this blessing is located on the last page of the program and will be displayed on the screen. Please join me. May God bless you and sustain you on this, your graduation day. May the Creator of this vast universe keep you safe as you go forth from this place that has nourished your mind and your soul. May the Almighty look down upon you and give you success in all your endeavors, courage in all your struggles and challenges, understanding in all that is new to you, wisdom to choose what is right and do what is good, perseverance in all you undertake, serenity and peace in the knowledge that you are not alone, that you are loved. May the Lord of all look kindly upon you this day and forever. Amen. Congratulations, graduates.
Now, will our graduates please rise? It is my privilege to invite Nicole Hussner, candidate for the degree Bachelor of Arts, Music, Vocal Performance, Interdisciplinary Honors, magna cum laude from the College of Arts and Sciences, to lead the community in the Loyola University alma mater. She will be accompanied by the Wind Ensemble.
To you, Loyola, Loyola. Voices strong our alma mater hail. Sons and daughters everywhere, Loyola, Loyola. Pledge to you our love will never fail. So we rise to honor you, Loyola, Loyola. God be with you. Alma mater hail.
Thank you, Nicole. I'd like to just take a moment and let us please acknowledge all of our musicians who have done such a wonderful job today. We ask that the audience be seated until the recessional from the stage and the graduates have left the auditorium. Following the recessional, please join the graduates for a reception on the West Quad. Again, we ask that you remain in your seats until all graduates have exited the auditorium. Thank you.